Hi guys, and welcome back. It's your girl, what? Yummy.com, back for another video. This video is talking about one of the staples of my childhood, the grada sundungrada, which is not real Spanish, don't look it up. But one of my favorite things about my childhood, High School Musical. Yeah, love High School Musical. Ever since I was a kid, it was one of the first movies. I guess I keep saying that about a lot of things. A Walk to Remember, High School Musical, and a lot of other things were the first movies that I watched. Get With It or Die Trying. Anyways, one of the first movies I truly enjoyed as a kid was High School Musical, and it came as a banger, an unexpected banger. Let's be real here. None of us were expecting to be hit with that High School Musical love that we all have and that nostalgia that it gives us every time we watch it. So I'm going to talk about the 5 most underrated songs that I think don't get enough deserving love by our fandom, as you can call us. A fandom, a family, a home. I have a lot of fandoms that I belong to, and High School Musical is just one of them. So we're gonna get started, and the first song I'm going to go to and explain why I think it's underrated is Go My Own Way.
I got to move on and be who I am. I just don't belong here. I hope you understand. We might find a place in this world someday, but at least for now, I gotta go my own way.
Now, Vanessa Hudgens doing Go My Own Way with Zac Efron is iconic. Fight me if you think it's otherwise, because it's the seminal song in the High School Musical 2, which, let's be real, doesn't have as good a jams as High School Musical 1, that doesn't get appreciated enough. She's really going her own way. She's breaking up with Zac, which we haven't seen in a lot of other movies, and she's really just making the choice for her, which I appreciate. It's also the first song on High School Musical Wii that I nailed, and that I spent approximately 4.5 hours trying to get a perfect score on. But I did it, and haters can hate, you know, because I did it. I was the one. Maybe other people did it, but I did it first in my mind. So I think it's an essential part of your High School Musical listening experience. Her part where she's just like, I gotta go my own way. But an underrated part of that song is Zac's part in it. When he's just like, oh, what about us? What about everything we've been through? And then she responds with, well, what about trust? And he's like, you know, I never wanted to hurt you. And then she goes, and what about me? He goes, what am I supposed to do? And they both go, I gotta leave, but I'll miss you. And she goes, I've got to move on and be who I am. I just don't belong here. I hope you understand. We might find our place in this world someday, but at least for now. And he goes, I want you to stay. I gotta go my own way. It is, that was very bad karaoke, but she kills it in that song. She kills it, she murders it.
You're very good at a game that I don't want to play. So I'm done here. But you better step away from the mirror long enough to check the damage that will always be right behind you.
I don't think she gets enough respect that she deserves, and he kills it with trying to lure her back with that classic fuckboy mentality. What about us? What about everything we've been through? Stay with me, baby, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no! Enough of your bullshit, okay? You know what? I have to figure out what I'm going to do. It's junior year. I gotta get my shit together. And I gotta go my own way. And I appreciate that. That alone gets her respect on her name. So that is the first one that I believe is an underrated bop. The second one I'm going to say is another Vanessa Hudgens jam classic, When It Was Me and You.
I confuse my feelings with the truth, because I like the view when there was me and you.
High School Musical 1 undeniably has the best bops of all the 3 High School Musicals. Let's be real, if you're real with yourself, you know it has the best bops. You know we're all in this, breaking free, started something new. Those are classics. When you think High School Musical, you think of those, but you don't remember When It Was Me and You, because she again asserts her independence. Sorry, I was gonna say dependence, but I meant independence. She asserts her independence, and she tells not him, but a giant poster of him, that she loved When It Was Them Too. But man, that stuff he said on the video chat, not cool. It's over. It's done. Kill it. He doesn't know what's going on, but she's just like, when it was me and you, I loved it. And when she did that thing on the stairs where she was like, killed it. She fucking nailed it. Let's be real here. Like, she was just like, I was like, choreography. I hope that was like unplanned, that she was just like, I feel it in this moment. I feel it. I feel it. And I was like, yes, Vogue, tell him, dance it out, bitch. Get it with it. Fuck that boy. And she was like, I'm going to my scholastic decathlon. I don't need you. And I appreciated it. It was a bop. It was a jam. It was everything. And no one ever appreciates it the way that they should. Because the first movie especially was so packed heavy with good music that a lot of the times we forget that that was the independent woman jam. Now, next up we have a jam from High School Musical 2, Work It Out. Now, I know that everyone is like, that's not underrated. Like, we love that jam. Yeah, but no one really appreciates it because we all skip over part 2 when it comes to music. Unless it's hum hum nicka nicka apple ah. None of us really jam to it, if we're being honest. Or maybe I'm weird and that's just me who really likes that song. Hum hum nicka nicka apple ah. Makini makini who. Hum hum nicka nicka apple. Culturally insensitive, but still a bop. However, back to Work It Out, it has some of the best choreography that High School Musical has ever done. Like, obviously, I know all of the moves, so we were all in this together. We all do. We're all in this together. Once we know that we're all stars and we see it. Yeah, I absolutely know all the choreography. But Work It Out, you can't see my feet right now, but they're going crazy because the footwork in that movie and in that song were above par. Dare I say, excellent. And that song, it was all about unity, just like we're all in this together, and whatever the last song in was High School Musical 2, who knows what that song was. But with Miley Cyrus in the cameo, that song was genuinely about unity, and it gave everyone a little spotlight chance to be dope. Like, how did we get from the top of the post to the bottom of the heap? I talk your call, you mentioned it, the boss was such a creep. And then, like, Zeke was just like, we got the ingredients to make this summer sweet. And everyone had, like, a little part in it.
Gonna make some motion pictures. Hit the mall with all my sisters. Get tickets to the Knicks and Sixers. Kick it with the music mixer. Buy a ride that suits my style. Lounge around the pool a while. Make a date with my favorite girl.
All the, like, musical instruments going around. It was just great. It was great, let's be honest. And you forgot about it, buddy. You forgot how great it was because High School Musical 2 was subpar. Let's be real. So I guess I have to put it underrated so that you remember, just for that fact. Dang. High School Musical 3. I know, guys. It had a way higher production value. It was stunning in cinematography. It was a masterpiece that we all watched across the screen. But let's be real here. Again, the jams were in High School Musical 1. High School Musical 3 isn't known for its jams. So unless it's like Ryan and Sharpay's duet where they fucking killed it, people aren't really paying attention to the jams of High School Musical 3. Or when Troy randomly screamed in the gymnasium slash theater and Miss Darbus was weirdly there in the dark. No one really pays attention to it. However, Night to Remember is one of the best pieces in that whole thing.
It's gonna be a night.
Can't wait
To remember.
Oh man.
Come on now. Big fun.
Like, obviously, Ryan and Sharpay's beautiful, but we all remember it. Night to Remember, after
please
Chad
be my date
axed
to
out
sing
Taylor, was brilliant. It was a brilliant piece. It was really their actual senior prom since we didn't get to see that piece. Kenny Ortega. Anyways, it was so good with the choreography, with the props, with the costuming. The costuming was phenomenal, how everyone's outfit perfectly reflected them. And I love Kelsey's costume. Like, Kelsey has always been my favorite character in High School Musical. I was gonna say BTS, awkward. Kelsey has always been my favorite character in High School Musical. Like, always. She was the playmaker from the start. She was underrated and was in charge of all the bops. Let's be real here. And when she had that beautiful dress on in Night to Remember, I couldn't help but be like, girl, kill it. It's your moment. And when she got the scholarship, I was like, girl, kill it. It's your moment. Like, it was just a full rounded piece with great choreography, great music. It's gonna be a night. And to be fair, it also set up unreal expectations for my prom, which I just danced a little bit, lost prom queen, and ate pancakes at the end of the night. Let's be real, that's all I did. And I think I slept on the floor of my friend's place. Not the point. But it was a bop, it was a jam, and I feel like it's underappreciated. It gets overshadowed by the bops of High School Musical 1 and then the kind of show-stopping pieces of High School Musical 3. So, our last one is Can I Have This Dance?
So can I have this dance? Can I have this dance?
Again, a seminal piece of High School Musical 3. It was beautiful, but like, I don't think we appreciate it enough. Because again, we get so overtaken with emotion by High School Musical. Because it's the end, and just like all the cinematography and the boys are back and all that stuff, and then remembering the beauty of High School Musical 1 and glancing over the beauty of High School Musical 2, that we forget how beautiful that dance and that song was. Can I Have This Dance will be played at my wedding, and if you're my future husband, get ready to learn the choreography. Be able to lift me in the air the way Zach lifts Vanessa. Like, honestly, I think when we were all heartbroken when Vanessa and Zach broke up, it was because we were all thinking about Can I Have This Dance? And we were like, that's gonna be played at their wedding. It's so cute. And they can do the choreography because they already know it. Oh my gosh! But we need to respect the bop, respect the jam, and give it the due notoriety that it deserves. Those are my top 5. I always do that with both hands. Those are my top 5 underrated jams of High School Musical, and I hope you can appreciate them the way they do deserve to be appreciated. Why don't you list songs that you think are underrated for High School Musical down in the comments below? So, I'm Yummy.com. Thank you for watching me. Don't worry, I will be back, my internet friends, so stay tuned. I love my internet friends. As Sharpay would say, toodles.